Boom, 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 boom. Come gather round, Miss Martha's got a story. Can't wait to hear where it all might take us this time. Everyone knows that treasure lies inside these pages. We wanna be
hanging out with stories.
Everybody wants to be there when Miss Martha reads.
Support comes from Norfolk Collegiate, providing a foundation for students pre-K to 5th grade, where innovative, student-driven farm-to-table initiatives, engaging experiences, and daily in-person instruction are just the beginning. More at norfolkcollegiate.org.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Miss Martha Reed's Story Time. I am so excited that you are joining me today because I have a great story for you. But before we get started, I have to ask you a question. Have you ever used your imagination and wondered, what do I want to be when I grow up? Well, in today's unique story, we will hear all about Bob and what he imagined he would be. The title of this awesome story is Whatever You Can Imagine. It was written by Charlotte Campbell, a 4th grader who attended Cape Charles Christian School in Cape Charles, Virginia. Let's put on our good listening ears. Click, click, and our thinking cap. Screw it on, screw it on real good so that we can find out what Bob imagined. Buzz, 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 crashed the trees, fell like raindrops. Okay, that's the last one, said the woodcutter, as the other men loaded the logs into the trailer. Soon, they were off and cruising down the roads. Then, the logs started to talk about what they wanted to be when they got older. Some said, I'd like to be a table. And others said, it would be great to be a chair. They were all having so much fun because they finally had some friends. Well, when Bob, the last log to be loaded on the truck, when he was asked what he wanted to be, he replied, I want to be a rose bush. All of the logs just looked at him like he had just eaten a rotten egg. Bob was confused and said, what? They all just looked at each other in disgust. Later, one said, you can't be a rose bush, you weirdo. But Bob didn't know what weirdo meant. He thought that it meant something good. And he thought that he finally had some friends. Well, I'm sorry to say that Bob was very wrong. Well, the long days kept going by, human minutes, and soon the days turned into longer months, human hours, and soon the months turned into even longer years, human hours, and he still thought that everyone liked him. A few days later, another log came up to him and said, well, The reason why everyone was looking at you like that is because you can't be a rose bush. You are a log. And why do you want to be a rose bush anyway? And Bob replied, I want to be a rose bush because, well, they smell good and they're pretty and they feel spiky, and so I want to be tough. Something you'll never be, mumbled the other log as he walked away. But now Bob realized that he had no friends, and he started to feel lonely. Then one day, when Bob was thinking that he might not ever become anything, the truck stopped. It just flat out stopped. And there it was, the legendary woodcutter. It looked like destiny. Suddenly, the men started to unload the logs and bring them into the building. Bob was amazed that the day had finally come and was so excited to see what he would become. Soon he was loaded into a machine and came out as, to his surprise, a fake rose bush. It even felt like one too. And from that day on, Bob said, and all of the other laws realized, you can be anything. The end. Wow. I told you that this story was very unique, and it is true. Friends, I want you to think about what happened in this story. Bob wanted to be something, and he believed that he could be that very thing, but everyone kept telling him that he could not. Now, I want you to think about this story. Now, can you remember what Bob wanted to be? And what he actually became at the end of the story? If you said a rose bush, you are absolutely right. Bob wanted to be a rose bush, but everyone kept telling him that he couldn't. And so at the end, guess what? Bob became that rose bush. Hi, Bob. Hello. Yes, you can be whatever you want if you work hard. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. Goodbye. Goodbye, Bob. Friends, that is so true. You can be whatever you want to be. If you work hard, you can be just that. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about what you want to be. Ask yourself that question. What do I want to be when I grow up? Now, while you are thinking about that, I'm going to show you a few friends, and maybe this will give you some ideas. The first friend is a teacher. A teacher, and this is what I always wanted to be, and you know what? I got a chance to be a teacher. The next friend is a doctor. You can be a doctor, or a firefighter. Might want to be a firefighter. Or you might want to be a mail carrier. You might want to be a mail carrier. Or maybe a dentist. You may also want to be a police officer. Or you might want to be a scientist or an astronaut or a builder. There are so many things that you can be. A truck driver. Friends, think about that. And if you work hard, don't let anyone tell you what you can't be, because I believe that you can do it. So I want you to think about that, and I want you to draw a picture of what you want to be. Then share it with your family, because I'm sure that it will be amazing. Well, friends, that's all I have for you today. But before I go, I want you to always remember to practice your reading every single day to exercise your brain, because I want you to be the best reader that you can be. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope that I'll see you the next time. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye.
Support comes from Norfolk Collegiate, making your child's educational experience a great one through student-driven initiatives, unique spaces, and daily in-person instruction. More at norfolkcollegiate.org. It's the school with the hens.